Where's the beef? Gamer Podcast.
How you doing? Welcome to a brand new episode of Where's the Beef Gamer Podcast. I'm Clint Maximus. Chris is somewhere. Hello, Chris.
Hello. Tonight,
What?
I am Clint Maximus as well.
Fair enough, so I'll just be Chris. I'll be back. I need to go get a glass of water and take a dump.
You're the one, you were late this time because you're the one who was taking a dump.
It's not my fault. I ate KFC for the first time in fucking like years. And you know, when you hit my age, KFC just does not agree with you at all. It's like it's that point where I'm like, yeah, that completely destroyed me.
KFC doesn't agree with anybody at all. Like, if even I, at my age, I eat KFC, I'll spend the whole day in the toilet. And you know this. And you ate willingly with all the brain cells you have.
Wasn't my fault. My friend's like, we're doing a KFC bucket today. And my brain was saying, yes, let's do this. My stomach was like, don't you fucking dare.
Now your asshole hates you.
But it was worth it. Tasting this time with it tastes good though. At least, you know what I mean. At least if you get like the spicy one, I like it.
Exactly,
Crunchy,
that's
good.
like the worst part about KFC. It tastes so good.
Good.
I wish it tasted horrible so I don't get the cravings to eat at KFC.
And listen, do me a favor. Do not use this bit in your preview, because if they sponsor me one day, I don't want this haunting me. You know, you said it was shit. You said it fucked your stomach. We have proof.
Oh, you mean, and this bit I'm not gonna edit out, but you mean like the funny part on Instagram?
Yeah, the funny part that you usually put in like on Instagram before we announce the episode. Okay. So do not use this one.
Okay, fair enough.
Cool. What you been doing? Anything exciting? Anything new? Playing anything cool?
Actually, I haven't. You know, the every time I take a break from the gaming world, like all the interesting news comes out, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? Because I just spent 2 days at my girlfriend's place, and you know, I took a break from all gaming news. I'm not checking constantly. I'm not checking daily, and I missed a lot.
That's good. I noticed the sheet was like really full today.
Yeah.
It was really full. But I think there's one story that you... Oh, no, you didn't. You've got it. I was like looking through it then. I saw the story that I saw just now. So all good. All good. Me, man, just not doing much. Just launching radio stations in Dubai. Getting a few... What was I... There's some games. I want to play a game called Hades, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm hearing really good stuff about a game called Hades. It's something I really want to try. I want to hit that.
I saw a lot of, but it's a roguelike game, and I'm not. You know, look, I love Dead Cells, but I wish it wasn't roguelike, because
yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah,
because like I'm not. I reached the third boss, and I'm like really powered up, you know, buffed up. I have good weapons and everything, but I fucked up, so I can learn the boss. I have to like Dark Souls. You have to rinse and repeat and learn the boss.
Yeah.
I fucked up, I died. Now I have to do the whole thing all over again. I was like, I'm very turned off by this, you know.
I know even what you mean, yeah.
Even though the gameplay is great. Even the Castlevania-like map is great. It's so much fun, but it's like, you know, I want to keep redo, so I can get a bit better, so I can finally beat the boss. And I have to play 2 hours each time so I can reach the third boss. It's not that. It's at last my interest. That's why I don't like roguelikes.
Oh, this isn't like roguelike. That's your beef. I don't like roguelike games.
Okay, that's my beef.
Right, let's get into your stories today, because you got quite a lot here. So let's even get through some of these. Let me just open this first link. Let's have a quick look. We're talking about Gran Turismo first. Gran Turismo 7 will target a 4K 60 frames per second with ray tracing on PlayStation 5, which is really cool. Just like Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, Gran Turismo 7 offers a host of new features that are only possible thanks to the unique hardware of the PlayStation 5. So anything you want to mention about that? Anything technical, something cool? I mean, obviously, we've seen like the demo of the game running, so it's already given us an idea of how it's going to look. So it's kind of cool. But the fact that it's coming out on 4K and 60 frames per second, maybe you're excited about that, or you're not bothered.
I mean, it's Polygon. Polygon is always push. Sorry, it's not Polygon. It's Polyphony.
Polyphony, yeah, Polygon.
Yeah, Polyphony. They always like push the limits of the PlayStation hardware. Like PS4, they did the VR, and they always had the best graphics. So I was waiting for this company to do something like a next step for the Sony hardware.
Yeah.
And probably they're going to do something with the 3D audio, with VR also.
VR would be interesting with them, yeah.
Yeah, they're going to have the best ray tracing, probably going to have the best, a stable 60 FPS. So I'm excited. I'm excited about it on a technical standpoint. But Polyphony just lost my interest as Gran Turismo. I used to love Gran Turismo 2. Gran Turismo 4 maybe one of my favorite games, but after like how Forza is doing stuff, and Polyphony
100%. I agree. Yeah,
and Gran Turismo seems very stagnated. Like, give us something.
It's more simulatory for one. That's one thing I'm not too keen on with the Gran Turismo games, is that when you play, you're not playing in like a full arcade mode, or you know what I mean, or at least this is where Forza has that little balance. Like it's got simulator in there, but it's still got really good arcade fun to the point where anybody can play with Gran Turismo. Sometimes you sit there, you're thinking, how the fuck do I get around this corner without crashing this bastard car all the time?
Yeah, exactly. But we're talking about Forza, not Forza Horizon. Forza again.
Yeah,
it's
Forza,
not very sim. Maybe Gran Turismo should do something like that, like make a Horizon version of Gran Turismo. I think people would love it. Would love to see the technical spec points on the Gran Turismo game, but on the open world, fun type like Forza. Why not do something like that? I don't understand.
I love the last Horizon game. It was so good. It was so good, that last game they did.
Yeah, I feel like Kazunori would probably kill himself before...
Never!
He would do something in a game like that. I am a perfectionist. I would never do.
You want to get into our next story today?
Yes.
Go on. So go on then, get into our next story.
Me? I was waiting for you.
Yo, you get into the next story.
Why? Okay, I'll get into the next story. The Spider-Man remaster changes a lot, including Peter Parker's face. So, PlayStation about a couple of days ago just released out of nowhere a trailer for the Spider-Man remastered version.
Remastered, exactly,
which you cannot carry your save from your PS4. It's not free upgrade from your PS4 version.
Which sucks donkey balls.
Sorry?
Which sucks big donkey balls.
Yeah, because they said remastered. Bollocks. Sucker my dick. It's how is it? It's literally just came out. PS4 from PS5. So you are remastering a game. No, you're just updating some, foliage, some textures, some have better frame rates. Like you're upping the amp, but you're not fucking remastering it. They changed Peter Parker's face, so probably because he looks like more like Tom Holland, so he'd be more like a better marketing product.
Yeah, exactly.
For people who haven't played Spider-Man yet, and they know Tom Holland from the Marvel movies, and the older one always kind of looked like what's that name? What, Andrew Garfield, the Spider-Man that they like backstabbed him.
He wasn't a bad Spider-Man, by the way. He was good.
I know.
Garfield. He was all right.
I know, but he's not Tom Holland. Tom Holland, a lot better.
I'm
No,
sorry, for me,
honesty.
it's Tobey Maguire. I love Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man. I loved him in 1, 2, and even 3. I don't care what anyone says. It's directed by Sam Raimi. They're all fucking awesome.
For me, Tom Holland's the best one.
No, you're young. You don't get it.
I watched Spider-Man on the theaters when it launched when I was a kid, and I loved it. But let's be realistic here. Tom Holland portrays the best version of the comic books. Tobey Maguire was an awful Peter Parker. Awful.
Tobey
Peter
Maguire?
Parker.
No, he was amazing. He was such a good Peter Parker in
Sorry.
Spider-Man.
Let me rephrase. Tobey Maguire was a great Peter Parker, but an okay Spider-Man.
No, he was
Andrew-
awesome. He was awesome. Leave him alone. Leave Toby alone. No one touches
Andrew
Toby.
Garfield was an awful Peter Parker. Sorry, Andrew Garfield. I'm thinking about Andrew Garfield was a garbage Peter Parker. Like, yeah, I'm this nerdy guy, but I look so sexy with my skateboard, whatever. That's not Peter Parker, but he was amazing as Spider-Man. And Tom Holland is best of both worlds. He's a great Peter Parker, and he's a great Spider-Man.
Okay. I still think, for me, Toby all day long.
Okay, your opinion is wrong.
No, darling, your opinion is wrong. We can do this all day, believe me. Right.
All people will never change their minds.
Oh, shut up. Let's get into our next story. Today, PlayStation 5 hands-on previews with some of the games, the console, the DualSense, and more. This was Japanese media and YouTubers recently had the chance, obviously, to show off the PlayStation 5. They were playing the game Astro's Playroom and Godfall, and also checking out the new controller, which is cool. The only thing that wasn't still shown is the PS5's, is it the UI, the screen? Is that what they're talking about with when you open up the menus and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, no one knows what this looks like yet. This is really annoying me. I really want to know what I mean, is it going to be just a copy-paste of the PS4 or what? Or... Because, I mean, there wasn't that much change from the PS3, if I'm not mistaken. It still had those icons up and down.
The change was like from heaven to... sorry?
No, I'm agreeing with you. I'm saying...
Yeah. It was so different. The PlayStation 3 and was exactly like the PSP one. If you still have a PSP, open up. It's so different.
I have the PSP one, yeah, but the layout's still the same. It's just you've got the things in the middle, and then you go up and down to pick a different fucking setting, and that's it. It's the same.
It's not the same.
The
PS4 the PS4 has one line. That's it. PSP has one line with up and down directions. It's not the same.
It's the same shit. You've already just confirmed it's the same shit. It has a line that you go up and down. PS4, you have a line, you go up and down. It's the same thing.
No, it's not.
You just said it.
Okay, maybe it's the same.
So
But
you're thinking about it now. You're like, wait a minute.
No, I'm thinking about it kind of is the same.
Everything's in a fucking line. You go left or right, delete, and you go up and down. Okay, you want settings, you go up. You want to check who's online, you go down. That's it. You want to see what updates you? Man, it's the same shit.
It's not like Xbox where you have like a lot of stuff in one screen.
Oh man, the Xbox One fucking home screen killed me. Hey, that is one of the worst fucking. Whoever designed that needs to be fucking slapped in the face.
Probably
Seriously.
the guy who designed Windows 10 because it looks like a Windows 10.
It's when you say the words hot garbage, that's what springs to mind. Xbox One's fucking home screen when you open it. What a piece of shit that was, man. So whenever you want to fucking go into a game, you had to go to the left, go into another fucking thing like apps and whatever, open up your actual games, and then go into your games. Not unless you have them on a shortcut on the fucking menu.
You can't pin them.
What a fucking fuck up that was, man. So confusing. Heaven forbid you wanted to go to the store. You had to where the fuck is the store now? You have to go up, go to the right, hit store, come back down, hit the store again, go into your fucking account, and then you can go into the store? Get the fuck out of it.
No, they fix a lot of that. Like the stores, just one. It's now it's just one page. Everything is in one page. But maybe you haven't played Xbox for a while, but now it's everything is one page. The store's in it, the games in it. But what I don't like is that when you go to the games install and there's an update, you have to wait for. It's like you see a circle on the icon. It keeps turning and turning, so it can tell you which games has updates on it.
Yeah.
Like really, like why? Or when you update a game, you click A, right? You have to enter.
Yeah.
It kicks you out. I'm like, why did it kick me out?
Exactly.
Then I enter again. It doesn't let me. It kicks me out. Then I have to wait for like 5 minutes. So a pop-up screen comes out and tells me, yeah, this game needs to be updated. I'm like, why does it take 5 minutes for it to tell me that it needs an update? And the PS4, immediately you go inside the game, the patch starts downloading.
And you can still play the fucking game in the meantime.
Yeah. And the Xbox, no, I have to finish for the game to finish updating. Why?
Man, I used to hate every time I put the Xbox on, fucking update. It would kill me. And it wasn't like, sometimes it wouldn't be a small update. Sometimes the Xbox updates are like a gig and a half. You know what I mean? And I was in Beirut back then, so my internet was shit. I had to wait for this 1 gig or 2 gigs just for the bloody update. And then as soon as it's updated, I want to play a game. Guess what? The game has to fucking update. It's like, ooh.
Yeah, and you cannot play the game without updating it unless you turn off the internet. Like, I have to fucking turn off the internet so I can play the game. It's crazy. Why can I not play the game while it updates?
Pass. You can't use Game Pass when you switch off the internet.
Exactly.
It's a vicious circle. One thing. Yeah, go on.
Like this is okay. People who are listening to this, it's a non-issue for you because you probably have a fast internet. For you now, Clint, this is not a non-issue. But for us, when you used to live in Lebanon, and I still live in Lebanon, it's a huge issue because we have shit-ass internet. Like 5 gig would probably take us 5 hours to finish.
One thing I want to mention as well, going back to the story of we just went on a rant on the Xbox just then. But one thing I want to mention that they did show off was the new controller, the DualSense, and the new light bar looks pretty cool. It's got blue, red, green, and purple, but it's not in. The thing is that they didn't show the other side of the controller, just the front, where the. You know the PS4 one where that touchpad is in the middle? The lights kind of go around that. Like
there's
on
a separation,
the
touchpad, like the touchpad, and there's like a small separation until
exactly, yeah.
Yeah, so there's lights in that separation, which I hate because if I'm gonna play it, with my lights turned off, I'm gonna have that bloody fucking LED beaming in my eyeballs.
I'm sure you can switch it off.
Here's the thing: you cannot turn it. You still cannot turn it off. The LED can dim it, but you cannot turn it off.
Oh goodness! You're like really? Oh goodness! What else did they mention? They were talking about the SSD loading times as well for the games. I'm pretty convinced it's like around the same times because the Xbox, they were already showing off some of the loading times. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be roughly around the same. It's,
faster. I'm probably 100% going to be faster.
You think it's going to be faster? Well, they didn't mention anything about the speeds yet. So I think it's only a matter of time.
Yeah.
So, all right, cool. And then they showed it off. The one thing I'm not liking, by the way, in the PlayStation 5, because you've got it vertically and horizontally. When you have it vertically, it looks cool, looks nice. When you have it horizontally, when it's lying flat, and you have the disc version, the disc bit is underneath.
Yes.
So do you put the discs in upside down, or do you put them in flat like that? Because I can't see the reader being on that out bit. I presume the reader is on the inside where the actual mechanics are of the machine, right? So if it's lying flat, then the discs have to go in upside down.
Dude, it doesn't matter. You can put the disc horizontally or vertically. Like it's not. It's not. You don't need gravity for this disc to sit under the. The.
No, you're not getting what I'm saying. I will repeat that again. When you look, you've got the picture of the PlayStation 5 lying flat, right?
Yes.
Okay, look where the disk drive is.
It's on the right side.
It's underneath on the left side.
It's on the right
When
side.
it's lying flat. No, because when you have it on the right...
Okay, yeah, it's on the left side. Okay.
It's underneath, you see what I mean? Now, when you put the games in, I
Okay.
can't see the reader being on the outside of that case. The reader will be in the black bit, in the mechanics of the machine, right? What reads the discs, the laser.
Okay.
So to put the game in, you've got to put it in upside down.
No, it's not gonna be on the black bits. It's look at this. Look at it. It has a big ass. The mechanic is below the tray of the disc. Look at it. It's fat.
Okay,
That's why the digital
I'm
version
gonna
doesn't
find
have
a
that
YouTube
fat bit.
video.
What?
I've got to find a YouTube video, and I want to prove this.
There's
This is
no video
this is-
of someone inserting a disc in the PS5.
No, there won't be, not yet. You're right. They'll freak out, Sony. But
Yeah, dude,
my point makes sense.
No, it doesn't make sense. I have a really
does.
old. I have a laptop that takes discs. The old MacBooks, MacBooks, right? They are still thin enough. They don't. You just insert the disc. It's like it sucks it up, right? It sucks the disc. It's not that big. Discs are not that big. Disc readers are not that big. I have a portable right now. It's like as thick as a USB stick. It's not that
Okay,
thick.
all right. Well, here's my point. Okay, so if you put a game in vertically, then
Okay.
the disc, the shiny bit, is going to be sticking on the outside, not on the inside. So either way, that disc is going to be upside down. Do you catch my point?
When it's vertical, yes. Horizontal, no.
So when it's horizontal, the print of the disc will be face up. And you put it in. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Now, if it's vertical, the print will be facing the black part of the machine, and the
Yes.
silver part will be facing the shell of the machine as you put it
Okay,
in.
why is this a big issue for you? I don't understand.
Because if you have it upside, like for example, if it's lying flat and that disc is upside down, you're gonna get a lot of shit on that disc, man. When you're talking, if you're putting the game, that's the whole point of having the disc the other way around. Why there's a print on it? Because you can wipe it. You catch my point? Because if that's gonna be upside down, that silver part is gonna be pointed up, man. You've got a more chance of scratching your discs and stuff.
No.
Yes.
It's the same as the PS3 and the PS4 and the Xbox 360
Okay,
and
but
the
the
Xbox One.
PS3, the discs go in face up. The print is looking up at you.
Yes, it's the same here.
But it's not, because the mechanics...
And when it's horizontal, it's
on
the same.
inside.
PS3. When it's horizontal, the print is up. Oh my god, we're wasting so much time. When I can't believe we're having a 10-minute discussion of this. Dude, what's wrong with your brain? If it's the PS3, take the PS3, take the PS4. Okay? When you insert the disc, where's the print?
It's pointing up.
When you put the PS4 as a vertical, where's the print?
It'll be on the left.
What's the difference here?
Because I'm convinced that the laser is on the inside part of that disc.
No, it's below. It's below. Where you put the disc, the tray? It's below it.
Yeah, it's below it. But what I'm saying is, when it goes in, the mechanics where the laser is will be obviously where all the black is. That's where the laser is, right?
No, the laser's gonna be below it.
You know what? We can spend all day on this.
No, the laser's gonna be the below where you insert the disc. The opening, it's gonna be below it.
I don't fucking know. When I see a video, you can prove it to me then.
I fucking would. Dude, it has an extra chunk because of this. Look at the digital version. It doesn't have that beefy ass, the extra chunk because
I thought
of
that
the
was
laser
just the
being
maybe
below.
just I don't know. I don't want to talk about it anymore because it's pissing me off now. Right, let's get into our next story.
Oh my god, I can't believe there's gonna be a 10-minute segment of this conversation.
Right, next one. PlayStation 5 also confirms cooling fan remains silent after extended use. This is something that we need because the PS4 sounds like a fucking lawnmower sometimes. So that's kind of cool. So they're saying it's going to be extremely quiet. Number of ports who've been able to experience it hands-on have already said that it is very quiet, which is good. I don't know, anything you want to say? They're saying it's like a very kind of breeze coming from the exhaust port. It's nothing heavy, nothing sounding loud, which is fair enough. Just everyone's saying it's extremely quiet. So I don't know. Do you want to elaborate more on that story, or are you not bothered?
When the next Red Dead comes out, we will know it's gonna be quiet or not. My PS4 Pro was always silent, but now when games starting to get more, heavier and heavier and heavier on the console, now I can like sit on my PS4 Pro and tick off.
I found that in Ghost of Tsushima, by the way, when I open up the map. That thing fucking makes so much noise. Like, it's crazy when you open up the map on Ghost of Tsushima.
When I played Red Dead Redemption 2, Jesus, I feel like I really need to turn up the volume so I can stop hearing the fans screaming of pain. every time I insert the disc on my PS4, which has the printy bed face upwards.
Let's get into our next story then, if you want. Ooh.
Okay.
What are we talking about now? PlayStation 5 apparently have 664 gigabytes of usable storage. So all the rest of it goes to the fucking UI?
Yes.
Fuck me.
It's still a rumor, but Jesus, if it's only 664 gigabyte, that's gonna be fucked up.
Maybe they should have like a fucking 2 terabyte version of it or something, or a fucking 4 terabyte version of it, just so we can have a bit of space on there. Yeah, congratulations, you can download 3 games.
It's not just downloading. Even when you buy a physical disc, games don't actually play from the discs anymore. They have to be the whole game has to be installed on the SSD. So, like, even if you buy physical, you can only buy 3 physicals.
I don't know. Well, anyway, so they're saying that the PS5 will leave around 664 gigabytes of usable storage. The total size of the SSD is 525 anyway. It's not like a full tera, so okay. So they're taking quite a bit on that, a nice chunk. Compared to with the Xbox Series X, which should leave you with 802. Is that what it was or something like that? 800 something?
Yeah, 802.
Yeah. Okay. So, all right.
And it also comes with Astro Playroom, like the PS4.
It's already installed on it?
Yeah, it'll be installed, but you can remove it.
I love it. You can remove it if you don't want to play that bitch ass game. Right. What else are we getting into now? Call of Duty. I was reading about this. 20,000 Call of Duty Warzone cheaters have been banned. This happened a couple of days ago. So, yeah. That's kind of funny. Did they say exactly how they got banned, or they just literally just all the people who have been cheating just fucking close their accounts?
Yeah, exactly. Everybody who's been cheating, close their accounts. Fuck them. Every time there's like a mass group of cheaters getting banned, I always mention it because they really actually does ruin the whole fun of the game. It ruins it. I've seen a lot of death cams. I'm like, this guy wasn't even pointing at me. He was just shooting the sky and killed me. How is that even possible? And it really ruins the experience. That's why I hate playing Warzone. And I turn off crossplay because when you play with consoles, you don't get cheaters.
Yeah,
allowed.
exactly. You're just playing console
you have
versus
to-
console. Yeah, fuck if you're on a PC, there's so much you can do with the PC though. That's why.
Yeah, so I'm happy. I never understood the pleasure you get from cheating in a game. Like, what's the point?
You just
No,
build up
you're
your
winning-
stats in it. That's it. And it's just fucking stat building.
Yeah, it's more. It's more like, when someone's being an asshole on the internet. What's the point? Just for the troll,
All right, let's get into your next story. Microsoft Flight Simulator is starting its VR beta very soon. That will be pretty cool, I think. Because I haven't played the new Flight Sim, but I'm hearing amazing stuff. I'm hearing such nice things. I think a VR beta will be cool. Obviously, that's for PC.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
do you think Microsoft will support maybe PC supported VR on the Xbox Series X?
What, does Xbox Series X have a VR? They didn't even announce one yet.
No, they didn't. But maybe because how unified the systems now Microsoft is making with the Xbox and the PC, maybe they'll be able to make the PC VR works on the Series X, which I think would be like a big step up because you don't have to force. First of all, when you buy a VR, let's say Oculus, you're not just buying it for the console. It's gonna work on the PC. Unlike the PlayStation VR, which is like a big, investment you have to put so you can play it on this just one device you have.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I feel like Microsoft is gonna do something with VR.
Yeah, well, PlayStation did all right with the VR. I mean, they must have been making some money because they still kept like a string of good releases coming out since it was released. So, and there's still even now like plenty of good VR games on the PlayStation Store, and you can buy them physically as well. Some of the more AAA action puzzle games, because some of the puzzle games on VR are fantastic. I love them. But it would be quite interesting to see Microsoft come up with a VR concept, or maybe something that's compatible with PCs now, because that would make sense since Microsoft are already in the PC world, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, imagine if, like, you can use Oculus on it. Man, they'd fucking take a big dump on PlayStation so bad if they did something like that.
That's what I have been saying.
I know that's what you've been saying, but I'm just saying it in layman's terms.
Okay.
So that would be pretty interesting if they just let it, you can use your Xbox Series X or your Series S compatible with, whatever. Because, these high-end VR, these ones, they're heavily expensive, but you're paying for, like, HD and stuff like that, you know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong, the PlayStation VR is good, but, you compare it to, like, Oculus or one of the more high-end brands, man, it looks like garbage, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like Oculus and what's the one with the HTC?
I can't think. That's the one I was thinking of, but I can't remember its bastard name.
I think that's the best one to. It's the best one, I think, to have HTC VR. I forgot what it's called. Vive.
Vive, is that what it is? Yeah.
Yeah.
Vive. I like that.
Yeah, that's like, it would be great because, because again, it's like a big investment. I'm gonna pay $500 just so it would work on this one device that probably would lose support in a couple of years.
Yeah,
but if
exactly.
I buy, I know there's third party hacks to make the PlayStation VR work on the PC.
It's shitty. I've tried it. It's just not responsive at all. It's not. Even with the sticks, it's fucking garbage.
Yeah,
it's not made for it.
Yeah, it won't be like you said. It's not gonna be responsive. Maybe the one who's doing this for fun would get bored of it and would stop, developing it and making it better. But having something official like the Oculus, you would know. Yeah, okay. And now the Series X, they stopped supporting it, but I still can use it on my PC. PC will never die. PC will always live. So
Well, look, all
That's
all I care about is they release fucking Half-Life. What was it called? Alex.
Alex, yeah, Alex.
Yeah, this I would love on Xbox Series X, and with
Mm.
like if you've got like a fucking Oculus, because that would run so fucking well. You know what I mean? Because even my laptop, I don't think could run that game 100% the way I want it. You know what I mean? I think with the Series X and they, or even even if it came out on PlayStation with VR, I'd fucking love it. You know what I mean? I'd really want to try it out.
Well, they did release Half-Life once on the PlayStation. Was it on
The orange
PS?
box?
Yeah, Orange Box.
I have the orange box I think on Xbox 360. It had Half-Life 2 and it had Episode 1 and 2 on it, and it had like a bunch of other games, including was it Portal? Was it a game called Portal? I can't remember.
Yeah, Portal.
Yeah, Portal 1, and there was something else on there as well. But it was a good buy. That was like a really good bargain because you get so much for that one, you know what I mean? For that one disc.
Yeah. I don't think Alex would work on the PlayStation because the controllers used you have like it has sensors for each finger
For the fingers, yeah.
when you and that has a lot to do with the gameplay of Half-Life, because when you have to grab something, you have to actually close 5 fingers, or you have to like hold something, you have to use 2 fingers or 3 fingers. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I don't think it would work with the PlayStation VR. So maybe it would, like it would, if Oculus was supported on the Series X, we probably would see it on the consoles. But for me, I think it's a long shot.
Right. We're going to the next story?
Yes.
Right, so let's talk about Xbox Series X features gives you more control over storage. Of course, depending upon if the developers allow you to. So if you have, let's say you've installed, I'm presuming like if you install like a game and you've got like a bunch of updates coming in on it, or I don't know, are they saying that you can uninstall stuff that you don't necessarily need on that game?
Yeah, I mean, like, let's say you're playing Call of Duty and you
Right.
finished the campaign, you did everything you want in the campaign.
Right.
You can just uninstall the campaign and leave the
And keep multiplayer, yeah, because that's the thing with Call of Duty. Once you've done the campaign, you're not exactly going to go back and play it again. You know, I mean, you already know how it's going to fucking end.
Yeah, exactly. So that's like too much space you don't need.
So that'd be cool. So if obviously it depends on the
having. Sorry.
No, go for it. I'm listening.
I mean, like, this is very good feature because the SSDs are so expensive. 2 terabyte SSD for $220. And here's the funny part. The 2 terabyte is proprietary, whatever they say. It's like it only works on the Xbox Series X. It's not like the PlayStation 5 SSD where it works on a PC as well. So when you're buying a 1 terabyte SSD or 2 terabyte or whatever, and you're paying $220 or $400, yes, $400 for a fucking storage for a console, you're investing it for this one fucking device, which is the Xbox.
Yeah.
At least on the PlayStation, when you're using a 2 terabyte SSD, you are investing on the console, but when you don't, you fed up with the PlayStation, you want to sell it, or the PlayStation 6 is coming out, you can always remove the SSD and use it on your PC.
Well, I would have thought Microsoft would have learned from what PlayStation did with fucking Vita. You know what I mean? Surely they should have looked at that as a fucking key thing and thought, you know what? Maybe we shouldn't try and sell our own. I don't know. Well, you never know.
So having this feature is really good because now it saves a lot of space on your SSD, and your SSD is expensive. So I really like this.
Cool. I like. Right. Next one today. We're talking about Pokemon Super Collection leaked for Switch. Super Collection. So this is a rumor. The thing is, I've heard about this. This is for the 2021 marks the 25th anniversary of Pokemon, so obviously they're going to do something. I mean, they do something with Mario every fucking 10 years, so they should do something with Pokemon, you know what I mean? So, 25 years anniversary of Pokemon, obviously following in the footsteps of the likes of like Mario 3D All-Stars, and of course they have like a big bunch of big releases coming out throughout, I think up until March, isn't it, I think, or until like the beginning of next year they're going to be doing all these Mario releases. So I'm presuming they're going to be doing something very similar with Pokemon. So did they say exactly what it is that's being leaked? I mean, is it Pokemon Sword and Shield?
They're saying if the leak is to be believed, this supposed Pokemon Super Collection will include Pokemon X and Y,
X and Y,
Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, and Sun and Moon.
That's some of the best ones.
No, they're not. The best ones.
Some of the best ones, aren't they?
No, the best one is the Heart Gold one. Everybody loves Heart Gold.
You know, I know I've played Pokemon, but I have no fucking clue which ones I've played. I played the ones on the Game Boy Advance. Which one of those?
Sorry, which one?
Game Boy Advance. I played Pokemon.
That's the Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire.
That's the one I've played then. That's the best. That's the best one for me because I played it. That's it. I don't care what anyone says. So cool. That'd be cool. That'll be something I think you're probably gonna get that. I think the Pokemon collection.
I always play the Pokemon games. They're always fun to play. So there's also presumably there will be 2 versions of the collection released as opposed to both versions of the same game appearing in the collection. Blah 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 blah. Where is it? Okay, Leaker goes on to say that. Okay, okay. There are 2 unnamed games.
Right.
That they're also going to announce. The people are saying it probably will be like remastered for Heart Gold or Soul Silver, which Heart Gold is a remaster for Gold and Silver, but it will be a remaster.
Which, a remaster. Okay, fair enough. Well, that's what Nintendo like to do anyway. Like to fucking re-hashtag everything. Re-release it.
But it'll be but they already did that, you know.
Exactly. Another release.
They did it with Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. It's basically Pokemon Blue, and Pokemon Blue was remastered for Fire Red, and Fire Red was remastered again for Let's Go Pikachu. It's basically the same game.
Well, all they're doing now, with a lot of the Switch games anyway, just fucking rehashing all the Wii U games because they didn't sell. I'm just waiting for a big Star Fox release to come now. That's that, and then that's it. Star Fox and Metroid. They're the only ones left now.
Well, there was a Metroid game on the Wii U?
Yeah, there was... no, not Wii U, sorry. No, that was Wii, wasn't it? The other M?
There was no Metroid game on the Wii U.
Well, they did the remasters, and you could get them digitally. I think that's they definitely had digital versions on there.
Yeah, on the Virtual Console, you mean?
What do I remember? I remember I definitely played Metroid Prime on Wii U. I don't know if it was because maybe I had the disc from Wii or I got it from the store. But I'm pretty sure there was like a re-release.
Yeah, but they didn't like make a new Metroid game for the Wii U.
I don't think so, no. Not that I can recall. So maybe... Anyway, they're trying to get Metroid 4, aren't they, on the way? Which is cool, which I'm sure they're going to bring in by 2025 at this fucking rate. Yeah, and Star Fox was one that definitely came out on Wii U.
Yeah, but everybody hated that game. It was hot garbage.
I didn't even play it. I thought I wouldn't mind trying it.
I think there was a lot of elements implemented on it with the
tablet shit,
gamepad, whatever.
Yeah, that thing was horrible. It was a bit stupid to have that. Although that kind of, you can see where they got the whole Switch idea from, though. With that, you know, I mean, that's obviously where it's been. It's thanks to that probably why Switch was actually fucking born. But still, you know, I mean, like, you know, I think the whole concept was you can play on the TV. And then if somebody wants to watch something on TV, you can continue on the pad. if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you know, I mean, you obviously you were sort of within the limits of your living room. Still, you couldn't really leave and go into the kitchen and play. It's like shit. You know, I have to come back and catch the signal.
That was like the dumbest idea ever. Like they could have done it over Wi-Fi, right? So, but I don't know why they didn't do that.
Then you have to lean forward off the toilet, you know, just trying to catch it. Like, hang on. I think I can. Here we go. Start playing fucking Mario Wii U. Sat on the crapper, leaning halfway out the door, just so you can actually play it on the Wii U. Oh goodness! Right, next story today. You want to start this one, or should I start this one?
So Bowser arrested and charged for selling Nintendo Switch hacks. So Bowser is not actually.
It's not actually Bowser. Yeah.
He's it's an alias for these hacking team that hacks the Nintendo Switch. And like Nintendo, they always like shuts down members who hack their games or whatever. But they went for these guys because they were selling hardware that hacks the Nintendo Switch, and they're making profit out of it. So
oh wow,
when there's profit out of the hack, like you will know that companies are gonna go hard on you and try to stop you. And they were caught and they're going to jail.
Yeah, they're saying that both men face charges of up to 20 years each.
Yeah,
for committing fraud, wire fraud, and conspiracy to commit money laundering. Wow. Fucking idiots. Hey, man, let's make some money out of this. Yeah, dude. Probably two guys in their fucking basement with long hair smoking weed.
No, these guys have been here forever. I think since the original Xbox. They're called Team Execute, and they make a device that's called SX Pro. Yeah, so right now on the Nintendo Switch homebrew raft, there's like I think 3, but the 2 famous ones are the SX, which you have to buy, and there's the free one which is Atmosphere, and a lot of people in the community hate, frowned upon when homebrew hackers profit out of the hacking of the console. The Atmosphere is free, but the SX Pro has better features, is more steady, and even has its own they even did special features for another modding community that did Tinfoil. Tinfoil is the shop for the Switch that you can download pirated games, and the Tinfoil still works on Atmosphere, but works better on the SX. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's very frowned upon. And plus, homebrew community, they only do it just for to have more open-ended with your devices that you own, but they don't encourage downloading pirated games and installing on them. People always find a way to do it. Yeah, Team Executor were making hacking tools for the 3DS and the NES Classic. The 3DS, I remember there was a cartridge called Red. And this cartridge Red was the first cartridge that could run 3DS games on it. So you just have to drag and drop 3DS on the Red. Wow, so the community were really upset about this because why isn't your code out there free for everybody? Because Atmosphere, it's out there. You can go on GitHub and find it. But teams like this, they profit out of hacking the systems. But I think it came. I don't want to talk about the whole story about it. But there's a YouTube video on the just write 3DS hacking history, and it's really interesting to watch.
Cool. Well, the only things I've hacked was definitely the Nintendo Mini, the NES, because I wanted there was games that I really wanted to play, so I did that, and then I did the Vita. Had to do the Vita because anyway, no one's fucking. You know, I mean, Vita's like on a very
Yeah,
small
it's dead.
niche right now anyway. So I don't think even Sony give a shit. So you know what I mean?
I don't think Sony's even profiting from the Vita anymore.
So I think they discontinued it a while ago, didn't they?
Yeah, they did, but they still can profit from the PlayStation Store, right?
Yeah, exactly. The store is still open. Some people must be buying some shit off the store, but I think it's very, very little. It's only a matter of time before they stop it.
When they stop the store, then they're not gonna profit anything because they're not gonna profit from the physical sales anymore. They're not gonna profit. They're probably gonna be secondhand, and everything used, they're not gonna profit anymore. So
yeah. Well, the thing is, I've only got like just a handful of classics on the Vita, the ones that I really wanted to keep. And then I thought I'm not going to go because, you know, some of these Vita games are so rare now. It's hard to find. And, you know what I mean? The ones that I want, especially the JRPGs, some of them are getting tough to find now. Like even a fucking used copy. You know what I mean? So I thought, fuck it. I'm just going to homebrew this. Fucking just play the game and then delete them after. You know what I mean? Just so at least I've played it. Because there's just so many that I've missed. Because that's one thing that the Vita was really good with. Was the JRPGs. Some of them were brilliant. Some of them were so cool. I liked them a lot. Right.
yeah, understandably, what I really don't like people who they like judge you for playing, you know, free games you downloaded from the internet on your hacked consoles, and I'm like, I understand if it's the game is relatively new and the developers can actually profit from it, but games like that came out 20 years ago on the NES. How the fuck does the developer is gonna make any money if I'm just gonna buy the cartridge right now, right?
Exactly.
And then there are a lot of cartridges. You say, oh yeah, you can buy it from the virtual store from Nintendo. Not every NES games is on it.
Exactly. There's only like a handful that they have on there right now.
Yeah, they're not like some games that would never come out on the virtual. What am I supposed to do that? Or PS1 games, like what should I have to buy the PlayStation 1 console, which I have, but I have to find the physical disc. I don't know where, so I can. That doesn't make sense anymore because no one's gonna profit other than the guy who's selling the disc to you.
Well, to be honest, that's all I do. Majority, if it's anything hacked, is because there's something old that I really want to play that I can't fucking find anywhere.
Exactly.
That's like the main time when I've ever hacked anything, and you know, what I mean, I've done it myself, watched on YouTube, done it, played the game, and then by the time I finished it or finished the second game that I wanted, man, I'm done. That's it. And then I'm gonna go back to playing whatever console I was playing before with the games that I fucking bought. So
Yeah, exactly. Like when I love this game called Hoshigami. Like, I want to play this on my. If I ever lose this game, what am I supposed to do? How am I ever gonna find this game? This game is not available anywhere, just on the PlayStation 1. What am I supposed to do? How am I gonna find the game?
Emulator. That's what we're gonna do. Emulate.
Exactly.
Right. Next story today. So Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Remasters coming out for PC, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Switch in November. So let me see. EA revealed
Why Hot Pursuit? Why Hot Pursuit wasn't the game that made you famous. Not a lot of people even liked Hot Pursuit. Hot Pursuit was very mediocre. If you guys want to fucking remaster Underground. That's what made you guys famous. Underground 2, which was even better than Underground. Why not remaster that? Remaster Underground and Underground 2. Make it a bundle.
That's funny. I can't remember. I've played most of the Need for Speed games towards the end. Like these most recent ones, I haven't really touched them, to be honest. I thought they were all a bit boring. All honesty, Payback. I was like, meh. Even Heat, I didn't even play Heat because people who I knew who played Heat were like, they're saying it's good, but it's like typical Need for Speed kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So I wasn't really bothered, to be honest.
Yeah, Payback was.
Well, Payback, I think I got because it was like, I remember getting it for like $15 or something online. It was on sale or something like that. I can't remember. Or maybe I got it for free with the PlayStation Plus, maybe?
Yeah, it's free now, but I also got Heat, which is the which one is before Heat or Payback? I don't even fucking remember
Heat was
anymore.
the more recent one. Payback was the one before. Payback was the one where you go in that open world, you start doing stuff, and then you started doing like fucking Fast and Furious style things, like chasing trucks and cars coming out of the back of ramps and shit like that. You know what I mean? It became
Uh,
more of an action thing. That was really all over the place. That one. That was the one I was like, I got really bored. I didn't. I think I stopped like after a quarter of the way through it. I
I
just didn't.
played
Wasn't
this game
feeling it.
for 2 hours, then I deleted it, and I bought this game full price. I remember, but I
Which one?
just
Payback.
couldn't be. Yeah, Payback. I just couldn't bother like playing more of it because if I'm not having fun the first 2 hours,
Mm.
bear with me. Okay, this is a car game,
Yeah.
so the gameplay starts immediately. It's not like other games where Persona 5 where you have to play like 10 hours of tutorial,
Oh god.
where you cannot just like delete the game after 2 hours of playing it. But Payback, I played a lot of chunk of it in 2 hours because this it's you're doing races and missions and whatever,
Mm.
and I'm like, I'm not having fun. There's nothing in it. Everything is so bland. It's like eating a rice cake. It's
Eating
just
a right
bland.
Need for Speed rice cake. There you go. That has to be your picture on the front of the YouTube video. A rice cake with wheels on it. Need for Speed rice cake. Oh my god, that you know what? If they invented Need for Speed rice cake, for sure I would fucking play that. I would love to see a rice cake flying around with fucking wheels on it. That'd be so much more entertaining.
uh, uh, so
Right. Next story, Ghost of Tsushima. The co-op mode is out next week. This is something that we've spoken about this already because we saw the trailer and it looked really, really cool. This is the Ghost of Tsushima Legends update. Will bring the new game plus, new armors, new loadouts, all that kind of stuff. The biggest thing, of course, is the free co-op mode, which looks really interesting because it has like four different types of warrior or four different types of samurai or whatever. You know, that looks really cool. Going on missions, it looks more into like a more spiritual kind of mystic kind of story, which looks nice. A lot of red. I've noticed that there's a lot of red involved for some reason,
yeah, it
so
looks
that'd be
like
quite.
looks like
So
Neo, more Neo.
yeah, exactly. So they're saying that some of the things also include additional trophies, Ghost Flower Merchant. What else was I reading? New options for the photo mode. Although I think Ghost of Tsushima had one of the best fucking photo modes I have ever seen in the game. By far, one of the best photo modes ever. I loved it.
I
You're going to
agree.
disagree. Oh, you agree? Okay. I thought you were going to say, I disagree.
I think a lot of games just insert photo mode in it, and when photo mode was introduced first, I remember it was on Infamous Second Son.
Hmm.
I had a lot of fun using, which is ironically the same company that they made
Yeah,
Ghost of
exactly.
Tsushima.
That's why it's so fucking good.
Yeah, and I really liked it, and I used it a lot. And other companies started doing it. It came to a point where like, whatever, I'm not bothered by it. But Ghost of Tsushima made photo mode look good because
Yeah, exactly.
it makes you feel like you're a director, right? Because you can
Yeah.
take all the cool angles, you can change the scenery, you can change the time of day, you can change the lighting, you can change the weather, you can do a lot of stuff. So yeah.
Cool. They're also saying that what was I reading now? I think I lost my bit. Oh yeah, there was the storyteller will appear in the game. He is the author and gatekeeper of the stories that you'll find in Ghost of Tsushima Legends. You can talk to him, and he will tell you the stories. And obviously, you'll probably go on different missions with other people. And yeah, it looks kind of cool. I'm interested to see how it goes, because I mean, it's either going to go one way or the other. It's either going to be completely shit or really amazing. It's going to be one of those two. It can't be in the middle. There's only two ways this is going to go. That's what I'm fully convinced of. So let's see how it goes.
All right.
Anything else you want
Next
to mention
story.
on that or no?
Nope. I'm just excited to
Nope.
play it with my friends next week.
Nice. And also you got New Game Plus as well, so maybe I'll go
Nah,
back. And,
I'm not gonna replay the game. Nope.
well, you're going to replay the game. Don't you want to platinum it again on New Game Plus?
No, you cannot platinum it again. It doesn't add another platinum. You can
I
platinum
don't know.
a game
Maybe you get
once.
Platinum 2. Maybe it's Sucker Punch. They've just come up with it. It's something new.
No, you cannot. You cannot platinum a game twice. There's
You
only
get-
one. The uniqueness of the platinum is there's only one platinum and one game.
Until
You
now.
have multiple
now
goals.
there's 2 Platinum.
No.
You refuse to believe because you know what? If they announce the second Platinum, I know for a fact you'd like, fuck it, I'm going to do this. You're going to grind through it again just to get the
No.
second Platinum.
No, I don't want to.
You bloody will, and I know it. Right, next story. How do you pronounce this game? Genshin?
Genshin.
Impact. 17 million downloads on mobile alone. Estimated 50 million in revenue since launch. How does that make sense if it's a free game? Just out of curiosity.
Microtransactions.
So how much of the game can you play before you have to start doing microtransactions? Do you have any idea?
I have no idea, but a lot of people are saying they're not bothered with it. Like, they're saying that's more of a cosmetic and you can play the game normally.
Okay.
But there's still like, underneath the whole sheet, those grindy bits that doesn't feel as bad as other games, but it's still like chugs you, like mud on the road. You're not running, but you feel like you're gonna reach it.
Eventually.
But doesn't make you feel it impossible, but it makes you slower. I'm gonna see. I'm downloading this game on the PS4.
I'm thinking of downloading
free.
it because this is one thing. When you said it's on PS4, because I've seen it on the Android store. What's it called? Google Play. I saw it on Google Play. I thought, ooh, and then I saw screenshots of it on PlayStation 4, and I was like, fuck it. Why don't I just play it on PlayStation? You may as well, And plus, it looks so much like Breath of the Wild. Like a lot of the mechanics, the fighting, climbing walls. My God, that was literally copy paste. But also from what I'm reading in the reviews, they're saying that, okay, it might look and sound like Breath of the Wild. A lot of people are saying it's its own game as well. So, I don't know. I guess we'll just have to try it for ourselves and see how it is.
There's nothing wrong with the game copying another game. Each single game that has ever made copies from each other. It's called inspiration. Even even the first game ever built on the what was it? On the video game, which is Pong, it was basically tennis. Like everything is inspired by something. So I hate when people are like, oh yeah, it's a copy of Zulu. No, if it's different enough, but has the aesthetics of Breath of the Wild, but different enough to, let's say someone likes Breath of the Wild a lot, but played this game and did not like it. That means it's different enough to even, if it doesn't stand on its own 2 feet, it will even turn off Breath of the Wild fans.
Well, mind you, one of the reviewers, I can't remember which blogger it was or magazine or whatever, they said if you're a fan of Breath of the Wild, they said you are going to love this. The guy was saying that it's really worth your time if you are a fan of Zelda. I was like, ooh, this is one of the reasons why I really want to play it. So
again, that's why there's 70 million downloads, because it looks like Breath of the Wild on your mobile.
Cool. Next story, Payday 3 in development on Unreal Engine. I don't think I've ever played a Payday game.
I think the Payday 2 was free like so many times on the I remember Payday 2 free on Steam, Payday 2 free on Gold, and they made it so like couple of times. There's sometimes it was free without even having a PlayStation subscription. Free on PlayStation Plus. It was free on, couple of times they kept made it free so people can like own this game, Payday 2. And I did eventually play it. It's fun if you, but you have to play it with friends. Like you have to have 4 dedicated friends that doesn't fuck around, that actually wants to do, the mission, not go Call of Duty style on everything. So it's what was kind of hard. It's kind of hard for me to find, 4 very like gamery type people that aren't coming off from Call of Duty, but it has a big following that it's still out there. People still playing it. It's still very popular.
That's cool. Mind you, I think from what I'm reading here, the developers confirmed it back in 2016 was the initial date when they started talking about it. So obviously they've had like a good couple of years now to probably tweak it, develop it, get it looking good. Obviously they've got next gen as well. There's another reason I'm sure that's been pushed back. So let's see. Let's see what they come up with. I'm sure that'll be announced soon, and then that'll probably come out for next year, 2021. So let's see how it goes, because there's no release date yet. So that'd be cool. Interesting stuff. I like. Right, let's get into the final set of news bits, which is Cyberpunk. I like. Let me see. Staff are working overtime. Is this where they were getting extra, like the company was saying that they will be getting their extra pay and stuff for working?
There was a lot of backlash from the gaming community because they were making developers, crunch insane hours. And I'm like, I'm not trying to defend CD Projekt Red because, I'm biased when it comes to them because they made my favorite game of all time, Witcher 3. The Witcher series.
Just throw it in there, Witcher 3. Yeah.
But every developer is like that. When you reach the end, you make like it's they've been. Let's say you have a big project. You have a huge project working on it for 4 years or 5 years, and when it releases, you want it to be perfect. And maybe a lot of developers who were actually crunching it didn't have an issue of it because they don't want the work out there being buggy as hell. You can take it from that perspective. And if they are working if the company respects you and gives you a right, and they're working overtime and they're getting paid that overtime, and people are doing it because they have passion for it and they want the game to be perfect. So having this crunch for a month is not that big of a issue because I personally want to see my art be, as the way I want it to be represented.
Yeah.
You can take it at one standpoint. If the company, is respectful and all that. Then you can take something like EA.
That's not like a completely different ball and fucking chain, innit?
So that's what I'm trying to say. Let's say you take EA, and EA is being greedy, and it's like take Anthem. They're crunching for Anthem. I'm not gonna be excited to release Anthem because having this suit from EA telling me how to make my game, telling me that you have to do it in a way where microtransactions, force people to buy microtransactions. Oh, you made this costume looks cool. Remove it from the game, make it as a skin.
Yeah.
It really makes someone not enjoy working on a company like that. So when they crunch on hours like that, they're gonna get a lot of complaints. They're gonna hate it. Because they're doing a project they're not passionate about. So there's that standpoint. So understand there's a blur between, depending on the environment you're working on. Maybe CD Projekt Red is a piece of shit company. I don't know. I don't work there. Maybe they're assholes. They don't pay, for extra hours. Maybe there's awful stuff going on in the company. But I'm trying to bring two perspectives you can take.
Fair enough. Also, they not announced, there was a leak that confirmed the Night City map. It's smaller and denser than Witcher 3's world, thanks to a physical map. I was actually just looking at the map now. I had a brief look at it. Yeah, it looks more compact, looks small, but I'm sure that's huge. You know what I mean? When you're playing that, I mean, I'm looking at it now. You know what I mean? I'm sure when you're playing, that's going to be fucking massive. And I'm sure later on they're going to do, like Witcher, they did a bunch of like different DLCs and stuff and things like that. Anyway, they already confirmed a bunch of stuff, didn't they? And they said they were going to be doing that. So let's see. What do you think of the map? I mean, it looks cool, looks interesting.
I'd rather have smaller, denser map where I can do stuff every couple of minutes and different stuff rather than play Assassin's Creed Odyssey where I have to run 10 minutes so I can do something.
Yeah, that map was insanely big for no reason.
Yeah, or they make the map so big and they do fill it up a lot, but they keep, copy paste, Control V, Control V, Control V, Control V, Control V, Control V. I'm like, what's the point? What's the point having this huge map and you're repeating the same stuff over and over again? It starts to get stagnated. I'd rather have something dense but not repetitive. I mean, there's gonna be repetition, of course, but maybe unique enough to not feel as repetitive.
Oh, 100%. I'm even like you were like going back to Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I didn't finish it, but just because the map was so fucking big. Yeah. That was the reason why I got so bored, and I was like, fuck's sake. I mean, I liked the boat elements in some of the earlier games, but that was like a big part of Odyssey, and I got really bored taking a boat, going around the fucking map to go to one spot, and then you have to run or grab a horse and fucking gallop for another fucking 10 minutes just to get to one spot. It just became a bit too much for me. And I have a feeling Valhalla's going to be the same.
No, they said Valhalla is going to be more smaller, condensed map.
Oh, I fucking hope so, because I don't want to do that.
No, they already confirmed it. But we're not sure how small is it. Because fucking Odyssey is still big. Like, if you cut the map of Odyssey in half, it's still fucking big.
Yeah, it's just ridiculously big, which I wasn't too keen on. The one before it was in Egypt, Origins. That was a fairly decent-sized map. That was okay.
It was still a huge-ass map.
But I managed to finish that one.
Yeah, me too. I managed to platinum that one. Odyssey, I'm still like... I played like 100 hours before I got tired of it. I took a break. I'm gonna go back. And I'm only halfway done. 100 hours.
Oh, God, no.
Halfway done.
I don't have time for it. I do not have time for it at all. I'm fucking 40, man. I don't want to sit there and like, okay, it's been 50 hours. Enough now. I'm done. I want to go through a game, finish it in like, a couple of days, maybe in a week tops, finish. Thank you very much. Okay. You know what I mean? And just play casually. I'm not one of those gamers that will sit there for hours and fucking play just to get just, although I'm the only game I've literally really got into it was Ghost of Tsushima. That was like the last game where I was really like, ooh, this is good. You know what I mean? It was something different about it. Maybe the maps were big, but it wasn't that big. And plus the fast travel on that game was good. It was like, you know what I mean? You can go as fast as you can, do what you can, come back. I don't know. Let's see.
And you didn't even need an SSD for it.
Exactly. And final thing is Cyberpunk 2077 goes gold ahead of the November launch, which is cool. So that's pretty cool. When they say it goes gold, what exactly does that mean?
Goes gold. It means they finished the final product and they're shipping it. They're starting doing copies of the physical disc.
I tagged you on Instagram with the Keanu Reeves TV spot.
Yes, it was breathtaking.
Breathtaking. The only thing I didn't like was the song that they chose. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like Billie Eilish, but it's a cyberpunk world. They could have used something cyberpunk, you know what I mean? Maybe I'm wrong.
What music was it? I don't...
It was Billie Eilish. It was do new.
Oh yeah.
I wasn't too keen. Don't get me wrong. I'm nothing against Billie Eilish. She's a good performer, good singer, whatever. Good good songwriter. But for a cyberpunk game, surely it should have been like some drum and bass or something, or just something more cybery. Maybe I'm going off topic here, but that's what I honestly thought. I was like, why would you use that song? Use something a bit fucking edgy.
It reminds me of the Sonic trailer song where Which song did they use? It was a horrible rap song, and I'm
It
like,
was
this doesn't-
most our lives living in the gangster's paradise. That's what it
yes,
was.
they're like,
Yeah.
why?
Just add a context, just add a place. That's what I don't like about a lot of movies. It's placing music in the wrong place.
Yeah, it's it's always. I'm sure it's the fault of some like old man in a suit. My granddaughter or
She
my
loves this
grandson
song.
loves this new song from Bad. You should put that in the trailer. I'm like, no, but it doesn't work with the context. No. You do it. They love it. The kids love it. They listen to it all the time. Fucking, fucking asshole.
I think usually these companies, because they've already got like, for example, it's Warner Bros. Or it's Universal who are usually backing these companies. So they obviously want to promote one of their artists or music, you know what I mean? So they're probably bound to do it. There's probably nothing they can do about it.
And it's cheaper.
Probably. And if it's coming from them, you know what I mean? I mean, to use Billie Eilish in that she's obviously made a fortune from that already. You know what I mean? From just having that playing on TV with the Cyberpunk and fucking Keanu Reeves on it. Yeah, here's some millions. You know what I mean? Money fight. Enjoy. Oh, goodness.
Yeah, like Sony has a label also. So if Sony's gonna make a game, it's so much cheaper for Sony to release songs that they own.
Yeah, exactly. Nice. Right, do you have any beef today or Maffy beef?
Talking about owning a song, so can as someone who is in the music industry, why is it so important to own the master version of the song?
The master, usually because when you sign a contract, you have a territory agreement or the label owns the rights to your music for a certain period of time. A lot of contracts, they give you 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, but if you're not careful, some of them will own your music for life. So this is why it's important to check your clause, make sure that there's a clause that says that you have the right to use your song or have it back within usually it's between 5 and 10 years. That's usually for a label. So you can start making money on it yourself. You know what I mean? You can do something with it. Because otherwise, anything you want to do, you've got to get permission from the label because they have your rights.
Yeah.
The track. That's usually it.
Yeah. For example, if I don't own the master and let's say I want to post something on YouTube that has my own songs on it, and I have to take a permission from my...
Not necessarily, nothing like that, but I think usually if it's on your own channel, you can get away with that because you're the producer, you've produced it. But in terms of things like your rights, where I don't know, maybe you have a collection agency making money, bringing the money in from the track, or publishing has to do the publishing rights for your track. You know what I mean? There's things like that. There's all these little backdoors and little agreements that you have to agree on, you know what I mean? For like, it's basically territories and stuff. Like, for example, if another label hit you up and said, "Hey, yo, can we re-release your song?" You know what I mean? Like, let's say I signed on Universal and then another label said, "Can you re-release this for me?" Maybe you want to do it because maybe they offer you cash, but you can't do it until the other label agree. Maybe there's something, you know what I mean? It all depends, man, to be honest. There's so many clauses and shit in contracts these days. At least dance music's a bit easier. Contracts can be like 1 page, 2 page, but if you're like a multi-million talented artist now, you've got to have lawyers. You've got to have like 10 lawyers with you. Okay, let's go through this 100-page contract. Let's see.
Exactly. And you know what I love about contracts like that? 90% of it is just bullshit that like it's like repeated words over and over again. And there's always that one small tiny line and very small brackets where the trap is set.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's what happened to what's her name, Taylor Swift. No, didn't she have a problem where her manager was making all this money off her or something?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Anyway, well, there's our beef. Crappy contracts. One of the worst. I'd say one of the worst contracts I ever had. Me and my ex production partner. We had a contract to remix
production partner.
Yeah, we had a contract to remix Shaggy. So this guy gave us the rights for this Shaggy voice thing. We did the track, and then
Shaggy from Scooby-Doo?
Shaggy from the singer Shaggy, Mr. Lava Lava. Mm.
Ah, Mr. Law.
Shaggy.
Okay.
So
like
yeah, we
Shaggy
got
from Scooby-Doo as a song.
so we got this guy was like, telling me about I don't know what, and you've got to sign this contract. He was like really insisting that I sign this contract, man. He gave me a contract that had, it looked like he stuck bits of paper to cover parts of another contract, photocopied it, and then put another clause in there, photocopied it again, and some of it was written in pen. And I looked at this contract and I said, this is the most dodgiest fucking contract I've ever seen in my life. What the fuck is this, man? And he's like insisting, you got to sign it, man. You got to sign it tonight. I said, get the fuck away from me, dodgy bastard. What a crazy fucker, man.
Yeah, okay. It's good that you didn't fall. That was an obvious.
No, I'm picky when it comes to that shit, man. First impressions are the most important thing to me. Straight away, I'm like, if I like you straight away, good. If not, don't bother sending contracts to me because I'll tear them up and throw them in your face.
Right.
Alrighty. So, you can join me on Instagram at Clint Maximus. Don't forget to join us on our official Instagram page, which is Where's the Beef Gamer Podcast. And you can find us on Twitter, by the way, which is also at Where's the Beef Gamer Podcast. Have a look. Chris,
we don't tweet anything.
These days, no, not even on my own stuff, man. I'm not. Just been so busy with this bloody radio station. It's getting there, though. I think we're almost done, so yeah.
The only reason I don't tweet is because I get no interaction on it. Like, no one... I feel like I'm talking to the wall. Like, when I post on Facebook, at least I get some, comments. I can have a conversation with somebody. On Twitter, it's like talking to a wall. I don't like Twitter. Maybe to read stuff, but I don't like to tweet.
Like Twitter and Instagram, you got to invest for things like that. You got to post regularly. You've got, it takes a lot to get traction on things like that. But, if you start doing it and do it regularly, people do eventually catch on. And then if you get a company involved who can help you re-push your shit out, boom. You're the virtual star. That's how they all do it. Don't even have to be talented these days.
You can also find me on Twitter also. That's at Taporian, Taporin. And on Instagram, it's the same, Taporian. And I also want... Wait a minute. Tweet at me. Send me a tweet, and I want especially the guy from Nigeria. We have someone from Nigeria that listens to us constantly. I'm like, who? Oh, okay, it's like, how did it reach you? I'm very curious how it reached to Nigeria. I understand from United States and Lebanon and Switzerland and United Kingdom or like United Arabs. I understand because it can be true friends and this, but Nigeria?
Why not?
Very interesting.
Why not?
Someone from Singapore also.
That's cool. So if you are listening, hit us up on any of our platforms, say hello to us so we can holler back. Because literally, I don't think we're doing much right now. So you can definitely holler back at us. All right. I said let them holler back because right now we're not doing much.
Oh yeah.
Let them hit us back a message.
Right.
I'm out. Take care. Have a good one. And I will see you next week, Chris.
All right.
See you later, dude.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Follow us on Instagram at Where's the Beef Gamer Podcast.